everyone, welcome or welcome back. My name is Cassidy or Starr, and I am a Light Renegade, part of a collective of Pleiadian beings bringing you information from the veil beyond. I hope that everyone is okay. I was feeling some strange energies yesterday from after the message, and now today's message makes a lot more sense to me what I was feeling. So don't be afraid, everyone. Is kind of what I want to say before going into this. I was feeling the energies really shifting quite a lot yesterday, and just a feeling of apathy and the collective feeling of, it's just a fear, a lot of fear, and Diana goes into a bit of depth about that today. So today I'm channeling, I'm reading a pre-channeled message from Diana, the former Princess of Wales. If this is your first time here, you might want to go back and start from the beginning of the series. However, this is a standalone message. It is a message of forward thinking and hope. So if you are looking for enlightenment, and if you are looking for something to give you a little bit of a pep in your step, then please do stay tuned. That's all I'm going to say before reading this message. I had a little bit of dialogue before with Diana with this, but I kind of mentioned before that sometimes she kind of feels in between these two energies, and sometimes she very much feels like the Diana that we would have seen in her incarnation, and other times she kind of goes into this more of a cosmic essence, more of this into a more of a galactic kind of kind of being sort of feeling, and she very much comes through with that today, more of like the Galactic Alliance, Galactic Federation of Light kind of feeling came through as she was giving this message to me. So it's interesting to feel the difference for me, and it's interesting to kind of know where she is in her journey and what she's being brought forward in. So today's chapter is called The Need to Know, and there's a lot to get through. There's a lot that's going to perhaps be triggering for some. There's going to be things that, you don't want to face, but now's the time to face them, everyone. And please know that we're all in this together. This is something very new that we are all experiencing for the first time, and you very much are not alone. And this message is a confirmation of that, and I hope it brings some solace to some of you out there that might be feeling a little bit fearful at this time. So Diana starts with, "Hello beautiful souls, today's message is very much a continuation from yesterday's. I would like to remind you all that you are the keepers of your own light, and you are here to live out your own life's mission and work that your soul is calling you to. It is okay to look to others for guidance or an idea of where you might be heading, but you must truly tune in within to feel what your heart is seeking. As I said yesterday, many of you are living in fear of what might happen, rather than being excited of what this opportunity brings for you. The opportunity of freedom on all accounts, the opportunity to give yourself the chance to move forward with no restrictions. The shackles are being taken off, and it is because of you. You chose to be here. For some, you are only waking up now, seeing the truths of this world, and everything is starting to look incredibly different, and that is okay. I understand, and many of the light beings working with you understand it is overwhelming for many. Even those that have been seeking this path for many lifetimes, it is still a new concept to you this time. You are coming into remembrance, but not all of you are there yet, and that is okay. I know that many of you are frustrated and confused, and indeed perhaps a little perplexed and upset. The life you built that you once thought was so perfect for you now seems not for you at all. Things feel out of place, look out of place, and you feel out of place in spaces that once felt like home to you. Believe me, I understand. I cannot begin to tell you how out of place I felt as soon as I saw the truths of this world, and I wanted to give up. I thought, how can I go on? What am I supposed to do here? What do I do about my children, my family, my life? But it found me. It was always in me, the light, the push to work with those in need, the push to adore children. It inspired me every day, not just my own children, though I'm so grateful, but so many more too. Seeing the light in their eyes got me out of bed in the morning, and waking up to my children's laughter and excitement Allow me to continue to feel the light in such a dark and cruel space I seem to find myself in. I know many of you watching this may be looking around now and thinking, how did I end up here? This is not what I had hoped for. This is not what I had hoped for myself or what I had ever have wanted. This is where you have to take a chance. Take a step forward and allow yourself to feel it, to see it. Let it come to you. I watched many of you receive yesterday's message and wish it hadn't have come to you. I watched you feel the fear and turn away. Now is not the time to live in fear, but to face it and move forward. Please hear me when I say I am here for you, and are so many others this side of the veil we are watching. All of you so closely at this time, each and every one of you has such an important mission, and it starts today. It starts small, but it starts today. How can you make yourself enjoy your life right here and now? It is as simple as that. If yesterday's message terrified you, it is because you know deep down in your heart you are not doing what truly lights you up inside. So listen to that voice. Don't give up now. Now is the time to take a leap of faith. Give yourself the chance that your soul knew you deserved. That is why you are here. It is not by coincidence nor by chance. You are alive right here, right now, exactly as you are, because you chose to be. You chose to come exactly to this channel, to this vessel, to receive this message right now. We know you. We all know each other. That is the great cosmic energy that lives inside all of us. Spirit is very much alive in all of you, so listen. Keep toking your fire, even though it may seem small, because one day it will have the opportunity to roar. But how will you know if you never even try to light your own fire, or go in search of wood, or matches, or fuel to light it? You get the picture. Please don't give up. It is okay to be afraid right now, but please, for the love of me, don't give up now. Call your energy back to you, and remember you are a multidimensional being living a human experience. We have the right and the will to change it all, to suit our deepest desires and our highest love, so do it. Stand tall today and allow yourself to love you. Give yourself the gift of freedom and take small steps today. We will catch you, we promise. Now is the time to step forward. And that was it from Diana today. I felt a lot with this message. I could feel that it's like we've really been given this opportunity for the doors to be open, and if you haven't watched the previous message to this, I consider that you go back and watch that one too, because this is a continuation. However, the basic message of that was saying that the doors are now open for us to step forward into a new reality, into new timelines, into new desires of what we have really been seeking for. We have now been given the chance to do everything that we chose to come here to do, and I think there was a lot of fear in that. There was a lot of fear that came up, and that's what I was feeling from that collective energy. I felt, oh, this hasn't been received as I thought it would. I felt the energy kind of, it was like flat. It was like it went out and it was just flatlined, and I was like, oh, okay, I don't know what's going on here, and this message made it all make sense to me. So just don't be afraid. I know that that's easy to say, and I know that we've all come here with many different backgrounds and different ideas of what we want for our life, but please know that anything and everything is possible. And because you don't enjoy where you are right now, it doesn't mean that you weren't supposed to be there for a time. That's something that I've really learned on my life's journey with this. You know, my life was very different before my awakening, and I went through many, many different chapters, but for the most part of my life, I was working in hospitality, sort of customer service, forward-facing roles, and that was the majority of my younger life, and I didn't think much to that. You know, I was kind of the person that I was taught, you know, you have a job from a young age, you kind of work, and then you get what you're given and that's it, you know. And I've really had to retrain my limiting beliefs that I was taught, that I was passed down, and to think bigger for myself. And I changed my life. I started to do something that I was really passionate about. I became a makeup artist and I loved my job. But I understood that all the places that I had been before that time was leading me up to that. You know, I had to face people that I perhaps didn't want to work with on a daily basis and try and make myself enjoy where I was, and I really did. And, you know, I met some amazing people along the way, and I worked many hours. I stood many hours on my feet, absolutely shattered, and did back-to-back shifts and worked all of these tiresome hours and jobs, and I didn't know why I was there a lot of the time. I kind of didn't feel like I was in the right space or in the right place for me, but I found myself there. And I've learned that from my many interactions with many different types of people, all the different interactions that I had working those jobs was me taking an inventory of life, of inventory of people, an inventory of where I wanted to go, where I didn't want to go. I heard and saw many different walks of life and heard their experiences of life, and I'm very grateful that I had that time now. I can look back and I can see where it all made sense for me to be leading up to this moment, and for me to be able to do this now. I was the absolute shyest little thing when I was younger. I wouldn't say boo to a goose, and if you told me that I'd be sat here talking to people I don't know through a camera, I would have said, you know, that just isn't going to happen. But here I am doing that, and I know that it's because of all those little incremental times that I've had have been able to build me up to this moment. But it's not as obvious to you when you're living it. So there's perhaps things that you have done in your life already that are transferable skills that you're not even sure are transferable into the thing that you actually want to do. And, you know, this doesn't have to pertain to a job. This doesn't have to pertain to how you want to live your everyday, but it's like, how can you truly start to think about what it is you want to be enjoying? And for some of you, you might not want to change that much. You know, you have a family, you're happy, but it's like, I wish that I had more of this. I wish I had some more of that. I wish I could spend more time with this person or that person. So really just think about it. And for some of you, I think this is mass radical change, and you are the people that have just stopped in your tracks and you've been terrified because you've thought, how can I do that? But the universe catches you, I promise you. I stepped out of one life into another, and it wasn't easy, but whenever I felt at a loss, something would always appear. And whenever I feel like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do that, I don't know how I'm going to get there, something shows up, I promise you, and it will do the same for you. And that's exactly what Diane is saying here. They are ready to help us, they are ready to catch us. The veil is so thin. There are people that are literally here by our side every day, making sure that we are on the right path, making sure that we are supposed to be where we are. And if you look around and you find yourself in a space that you're not happy with, know that you had to be there for a time. There was things that you were learning there. There were things that you perhaps were teaching other people. I've also realized I've lived a very selfless life. I live quite a life that I know that I've been a teacher to many already, and I didn't even know it. I realized that I was being a pillar of strength for other people in their lives, in certain situations and certain places that I found myself in. I realized that I was supposed to be there to help other people catapult in what they were doing, and I very much felt like that a lot of my life. I kind of watched people come and go in spaces that I was in and step forward into their future, and I kept thinking, why isn't it happening for me? Why isn't things moving for me? Why aren't things moving in a certain way for me? And now I understand. It was because I was supposed to be there to help them get to where they need to be. And that might sound like ideas of grandeur, but I say this from the most humbling space, and just understanding that I had to be in certain spaces for certain amounts of time to help other people in their life path. You know, we are contracted in with so many other people, more than we can possibly even imagine, and we help them move forward with their lives. So maybe you have been that person, but now is your time to step into your true self, into your true lifetime and what you want to experience. So please go back and watch the video from yesterday, because there are some journal prompts, there are some thought prompts to help you move forward in the direction of where you might want to be going. But don't be afraid. Just take the time to really think about how you want to light your fire, toke your fire, and just keep it burning. But I think the main message is to not fear the future. Everything is going to work out for the highest good of you and everyone around you. So never live in that fear of that you won't have enough, or that your family will suffer because you want to step forward, because that just will not happen. I can promise you that we have turned the corner and things are working in our favor. Do not let the fear of what societal constraints allow you to believe. Things aren't falling down around you, and you will be held by the universe. So please believe that. But that's enough from me today. I hope everyone has a really beautiful weekend and you've got some amazing things planned. But take care for now. I will be back on Monday. Bye.